This snake is responsible for the majority of snake bites in southern Africa. And there's a particular reason for that. These snakes have the very bad habit of biting people in their sleep. Good day, my name is Mike Perry from the company African Reptiles and Venom. My company has been supplying snake venom for South African vaccine producers since 1999. We keep 900 venomous snakes for that purpose. The snake you see me holding here is the Cape Cobra. This is a cobra with a very potent neurotoxic venom, and one of the snakes responsible for quite a few snakebite deaths every year. Cape Cobras are found in the southwest subcontinent of southern Africa. They occur in the 3 Cape provinces, the western part of the Free State, through the northwest province, into Botswana, and into the southern half of Namibia. So that's their distribution. This is a snake that we see venom variation. Snakes from the Northern Cape province, it's a very weak venom compared to the Cape Cobras found in the Western Cape. The difference is very remarkable. So we don't use the venom from the Northern Cape at all in the polyvalent. It is just too weak. Now, these snakes are very partial to other snakes as well. It's part of their diet. We often see these snakes tackling puffaders in the drier region, especially in the Kalahari area of the subcontinent. These snakes are specialist feeders on sociable weavers. The sociable weavers make massive nests in the camelthorn trees, and once they start breeding, there is a very good food source for these Cape Cobras. They go up the tree and they raid one nest after the other. They might then just stay in the tree, digest their food, and a week later tackle some more of those hatchlings, those nestlings in the tree. And as I said before, the venom is used in the manufacture of our polyvalent snake anti-venom. If you're a medical doctor and you've treated snake bites, you will be familiar with this polyvalent snake anti-venom. This anti-venom is regarded as the gold standard of anti-venoms for snakebite treatment in Africa, especially for southern Africa. I'm going to extract the venom from the snake by getting the snake to bite through this beaker covered with this plastic. Let's get into, there you can see the venom flowing there. Okay, this side here. So there we have it. This is the Cape Cobra. Still good. The snake I'm holding here is called the Rinkhals. And the Rinkhals is one of the snakes that are used in the manufacture of this antivenom. What I'm going to do with this Rinkhals, I'm going to extract the venom from the snake. Let's get the snake to bite through this plastic covered beaker. You can see how the venom is squirting in there. The name Rinkhals comes from the Dutch Rinkhals, which means ring neck. because of these white marks on the neck. Right? Literally translated means ringed neck. The Rinkhals is an leopard, but it's not a true cobra. It rears up, makes a hood like a cobra. It looks like a cobra. But there are three major differences. The first difference is the body scales. The body scales are keeled, where cobras have smooth scales. Next, a Rinkhals is a live-bearing snake. They normally give birth to about 15 to 30 young, late in summer, depending on the size of the female. And the third thing that is a difference, the maxilla of the Rinkhals only carries the fang. With cobras, the maxilla carries the fang, and then behind the fang is a small gap, and then there's one or two small teeth behind the fang on the same maxilla. So for those three reasons, the Rinkhals is placed in its own genus, Hemicartus. The cobras are in the genus Niger. Now, Rinkhals venom is included in the polyvalent. Very, very few people get bitten by Rinkhals. These snakes have the method of rearing up, making a hood, and lunging forward and spraying venom at you. If that doesn't have the desired effect of getting you to turn around and run away, the snake drops to the ground, then it'll turn the front part of the body over like this. It'll open the mouth. The tail will get a spasm, so the tail flicks just like you've killed a snake. The tail still flicks like that. Right? And this habit of pretending to be dead has fooled many, many people. Now, obviously, the snake is not dead. It's just a ploy for you to leave it alone. If you don't leave it alone, the snake might suddenly come to life and actually bite you. So be very careful of any snake that seems dead. It might be a Rinkhals and it might not be dead. Rinkhals are active mainly in the day. They come out in the morning. They bask by about 9 o'clock. They start moving around. And that's when we start getting calls for dogs and Rinkhals having a confrontation. We see many dogs getting bitten by these snakes. And as I said, we don't see people getting bitten by these snakes. The venom is mainly cytotoxic and it's got a neurotoxic component. That neurotoxic component can be deadly to small dogs and small children. It has the ability to stop the breathing of a small child or a small dog. Right. Typically, Rinkhals grow to about 1 meter or 1.2 meters. That's the typical size. They can grow to 1.6 meters. The color variety you see here, the dark gray or black, is typically of the high-veld regions of northwest Gauteng and Mpumalanga provinces. Further afield in KwaZulu-Natal, Eastern Cape, parts of the Free State, you will find them with grey and black bars, or orange and black bars, or yellow and black bars. Those snakes are very, very pretty when they have those bars on the body. So there we have it, the Rinkhals. The snake you see me holding here is the Eastern African forest cobra, also called the brown forest cobra. The snake is found from South Africa, along the east coast of Africa, into Tanzania and Kenya. These particular snakes have very, very shiny skin. You can see how shiny it is. Looks like you've polished the snake's back. The brown forest cobra, the one I'm holding here, is bronze, the first third of the body. And it starts going dark mid-body. And then the tail is pitch black. So in South Africa, these snakes occur in the KwaZulu-Natal north coast, from Umhlanga northwest, up into Mozambique along the coast. Then in the floodplain of Mozambique. They extend into the eastern border of Zimbabwe, and from there they extend southwards and they enter the Limpopo province along the Bafuri River in the northern part of the Kruger Park and into the eastern foothills of the Soutpansberg. Now I'm going to extract the venom from the snake and get the snake to bite through this plastic here. You can see how the venom is flowing there, very nice. So the snake is quite angry, so he's actually chewing to get more venom out. So that's often what angry cobras will do, is they'll hang on and chew. As I mentioned, this venom is used in the manufacture of our polyvalent snake antivenom. The snake you see me holding here is the Snouted Cobra. We used to call these snakes Egyptian cobras. They were thought to be the same species, but work done by Don Broadley from Zimbabwe has shown that this is actually a different species of cobra. They are close relatives to the Egyptian cobra. The first thing you'll notice with this snake is it's dull on the back. It's got a matte finish on the back. A cobra like the Cape Cobra and the forest cobra have very shiny skin on the back. This is our longest cobra in South Africa. These snakes can grow to 3 meters in length. They are typically adult size about 1.8 to 2 meters. 2.2 meters are not too uncommon, but as I said, they can reach 3 meters. Because of their size, these snakes eat anything they can find. They are particularly partial to other snakes, especially puff adders. They will also eat monitor lizards and a variety of other animals. This is a non-spitting cobra. The venom is mainly a neurotoxic. It has a cytotoxic component that can cause tissue damage on a finger and perhaps a finger loss. These snakes do not bite many people, but we do have some bites every year. They are highly successful snakes, very, very common snakes. They tend to flee away if they have the opportunity. They are raiders of poultry runs. If you keep poultry, these snakes will become a nuisance, trying to eat the eggs or the small chicks. Right, I'm going to now extract the venom from the snake. So let's see what the snake is going to do for me. Get the snake to bite through this plastic covered beaker. There we go. There we have it. Snouted Cobra. Snake I'm holding here is the Mozambique spinning cobra. This snake is responsible for the majority of our snake bites in southern Africa. And there's a particular reason for that. These snakes have the very bad habit of biting people in their sleep. What happens in many of the southern African countries, we have people that are very poor. They have poor housing. They don't have air conditioning, it's very warm. They'll open their doors, and then on top of that, they might sleep on grass mats so that they can actually feel comfortable with the heat. Spitting cobras come out at night. They find a house with a door open, go in, find people sleeping on the ground, and when that snake moves over a person and finds uncovered skin, the snake thinks he's found something edible and starts doing exploratory bites on this person. And that can result in multiple bites, and not just on the lower leg or feet, but on body parts that don't normally get bitten. For instance, your face, around the eyes, on the neck, behind the head, things like that. Unusual bite sites. The venom is mainly cytotoxic. The venom is injected just under the skin, and that cytotoxic venom destroys the skin and subcutaneous fatty layer, causing a small or large necrotic area depending on the quantity of venom that was injected. Our treatment window for these bites is very short. We're looking at a 6-hour treatment window. If you get to hospital before 6 hours, the doctor could use anti-venom to maybe reduce the quantity of necrotic tissue. After 6 hours, the opportunity of using anti-venom has diminished considerably, so you'll probably not receive anti-venom, and then it's a wait and see. In 48 hours, the doctor is going to do a debridement, remove some of the necrotic tissue. The wound is protected by a silver-based ointment. A vac dressing is placed over the wound, and after 5 days, the vac dressing is removed. And if the tissue has granulated, the doctor is then going to do a split skin graft, where skin from another body part is used, normally the skin of the upper leg. And that skin is then transplanted over the open wound that was left where the snake has bitten you. And that skin is stapled onto the body, and within about 2 weeks that skin starts growing and it covers the open wound. Once the wound is closed, you can go home. You've got a barrier between the Wills germs and the inside of your body. These cobras are very, very common, highly successful snakes. This method of spraying venom as defense is very effective in keeping many snake enemies away. Snakes that don't have that can get killed by mongoose, whereas I've witnessed a spitting cobra keeping 2 battered mongoose at bay and being able to flee away from those predators because of the venom spray into the eyes. These snakes are normally a light or dark brown on the back. The interstitial skin, the skin between the skulls, is often dark, and then you get a net effect on the body. The underside can be salmon pink, yellow, apricot color, and it has a number of dark bands on the neck. Sometimes there's just a broad black band. Typical size for these snakes are in the region of about 1.2 meters to 1.5. That's the most common size you get. The snake does not reach 2 meters. Maximum size is 195 centimeters. Right, I'm going to now extract the venom from the snake and get the snake to bite through this plastic covered beaker. And here you can see how the venom is squirting there. So there we have it. This is the Mozambique spitting cobra.